Good evening, everybody, and salutations. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week since my last video. And we have Cliff in the house. We have Dez and Rob. Thank you, folks, for joining in for today. And Cliff, the link is in the chat. Danielle, how you doing this evening? Hope you and Tiffany are doing well, especially there in the heat of the desert, which I kind of miss the dryness, but not the high heat. I just get in a humid heat now. Hence, I have that right there on dry. Oh, really, Rob? Wow. Well, I hope work goes well for you, and if there is a fire, I hope they get it out. Sleepy? That's okay. Yeah, like I said, I've had just one heck of a week. Just working, and then when I get home, man, my body's just hurting. So I haven't been getting a whole lot done. The sciatic nerve, hitting my foot and my leg, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, other than that, I'm actually doing pretty good. Uh-oh. Why am I spinning? Okay, I was making sure. It's just my phone. Like I said, so today we're going to be talking about the, a little bit of the pest control, gardening, air guns again. So, hello, Outdoors with Big Matt. How you doing? Yeah, like I said, looks like I might have to do a couple of rebuilds. I got, I think, two of my air pistols don't look like they're holding air, along with the Hotson Jet 1 is not holding air, so I'm going to have to do a couple of rebuilds. So I need to get that one, the Hotson, done. So if I do go bullfrogging, I need to get that thing up and running. Who knows, I might order some parts for it and get a little bit bigger air tank, but then again, I kind of want to keep on the light side. Yeah, so I just need to find a piece of property around here that'll let me actually go bullfrogging. Because for some reason, I don't have a whole lot of bullfrogs where I live. Because I like to eat frog legs. I want to do a catch and cook with the frog's legs, so I can, get them all, baconed up, battered up, and deep fried. Sounds good. Other than that, yeah, we had to drive all the way over to the nearby city today. That took us about 5 hours to get there and back. Doctor's appointment, stopped for, lunch. So it takes a while to get there and back. Let's see. And yeah, Big Matt, if you want to come up, you can. And just, waiting for Cliff. Cliff probably went out and turned the water off or something. Or switch waters on something. So, what has everybody been doing on for this week? Oh, you haven't had frog's eggs over 10 years? Oh, it's only been, a couple years for me. I would love to do some, a catch, clean, cook at least once a year. That would be awesome. And I would drive a few hours for that. And let's see. Like I said, it's just been busy at work. Taking care of Molly, taking care of the dog, taking care of the cats, the kids. And there is Mr. Foxit Outdoors.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen.
That is better. Yeah, like I said, did you enjoy your rain?
Well, I got rain. Didn't enjoy any of it because I wasn't around to see it. I was stuck inside of a building all day.
Oh.
But did get a lot of it, so my plants are happy.
Oh, okay, Rob. Wow.
Evening there, Daniel, Tiffany, Dez,
Yeah.
Rob
Yeah,
on the
Big
road.
Matt's evening today, too. And Dez and Daniel, Rob on the road. Thank you guys for joining in for today. Yeah, like I had a lunch around about 2 o'clock today, and I'm still not hungry. What? What? Yeah, like I said, I was just saying I'm gonna have to take I think 3 air guns apart and redo the seals because they're starting to leak.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's why I enjoy the quietness of the air guns because they're nice and quiet compared to the regular powder burners. I like the powder burners too. I also like muzzle loaders.
Rough.
I have to use. So, did you have hey, CR, how you doing? Yeah, so all we did was just quick ran for the doctor's appointment today, grabbed lunch, brought home dinner. Mine's in the refrigerator. I probably won't get to it today because I'm not hungry from lunch. And all I had was just a chicken sandwich and some fries, and that was about it. Oh, Job's got too much squash. Well, yeah, that's when you help out the food bank. Like I said, whenever I had too much, I would take it to work and say, "Here, guys, enjoy."
That's what I do.
Oh yeah,
Work, neighbors, friends.
I've already had people asking me, "Do you have zucchini this year?" And I said, "No, I didn't. My zucchini did not make it."
I planted one.
Yeah, fortunately, I got to go tomorrow. I got to hit the garden with the Dawn soap in a little spray bottle like this here because I saw a squash bug today.
But yeah, I've been dealing with those two already.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one way. You get one of these little spray bottles and you put in like half of a teaspoon in here, swirl it all up, spray it a couple times, and then hit those little buggers. And it drowns the bugs. It actually gets in their sphericals, and then they breathe it in, and then they just done right there. Yeah. What? You're freezing. We might do that. Yeah, it cooled off today, and that thing got really cold last past few days since they cleaned the filter. So cleaning the filter does help quite a bit.
Well, yeah, lots more airflow.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of butternut squash. I actually like those. I also like the acorn squash too. Get those, cut them in half, cut them so you can sit them on a stand, clean them out, put some butter in there, a little bit of seasoning, and then bake them in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I normally have butternut squash, an acorn squash is usually what I grow here, but I totally forgot to plant them.
Yeah, I didn't get any planted this year either, so
I'm still got time to plant them, but
yeah, we kind of do. Like I said, dealing with with those squash bugs with their piercing, sucking mouths, like to suck the juices out of everything.
Yeah, I got rid of like 6 of them in one day because they were sitting there already humping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was like, nope. I cut each one of them in half with my herb shears.
Yeah, I had to water yesterday. Of all things, I had to water, and then guess what? It rained.
Yeah, I hate when it does that.
Yeah, I got a half an inch of rain yesterday.
Yeah, I don't even know how much I got. We got a lot.
Yeah, and that was at the airport, not here. And I've actually been thinking about getting a weather station. I really have been. Vivor has one for about $85, and I've been kind of hesitant on it because I want to be able to link it up with the Wi-Fi and download the program on the laptop, so I can actually keep tabs on it. Keep track of the rain and actually keep a log. Have it record the highs and lows of the day, and have it do the every hour. Save that temperature, and then do the average for me. Add the neem oil. No, just the Dawn soap, and just put it on a little spray and give it a, and that usually takes care of them. I know neem oil is not that expensive, but it'll just sit, and I only just use a couple of, maybe an ounce out of the whole thing, and it'll probably go bad before you even get to the rest of it.
Try tell that to my bugs. I'll send you some of my bugs. Mine are amazing.
No, I don't need no bugs.
Yeah, I can't spell today apparently.
Yeah.
Neem does not work on the bugs in my yard. I have sprayed them directly with the neem, and they just continue to walk away.
Sounds like you need some clothespins too.
What I need.
You'd be amazed what you can do with the clothespins.
Need a blowtorch.
Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. I have not heard of that.
Yeah, we were talking about that Saturday.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it. Because I know we were talking about the your aphids and the scale. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have not had to deal with that here. My problem is I got to worry about the squirrels and the rest of the fur-bearing animals.
Yeah, I'm pissed at the squirrels this year.
Well,
they ate 2 of my sunflowers at work, and they're working on the 3rd one.
Ooh. Sounds like either you need a trap or pick them off and you can see them.
Well, I can't pick them off when I see them because they're at work.
Oh, yeah, because you're usually out there today.
Can't exactly bring a firearm to my place of business.
Oh, they're at your business.
Yeah, work.
Oh.
Work, where I go and get paid every day.
Yeah, it sounds like you just need to call the maintenance crew, whatever it is, that they can deal with it.
Yeah, no.
They can call in a company to take care of them.
The problem is we also got rabbits.
Oh, rabbits are everywhere. We got the rabbits here. I'm not sure if they're messing with my stuff or not. I haven't seen them out there in the garden. Oh, and yeah, my peppers are leafing out really, really nice now that it's gotten hot. I'm just waiting for them to go ahead and start blooming, and I can get some peppers off of them.
Oh, man, mine are going nuts. I have dozens, a little jalapenos are about an inch and a half. Dozens of them.
And I'm thinking about cheating on Friday and grabbing a couple more plants from work. Hey, Jags, how you going? By the way, that pew pew that you got, man, you need to get a silencer for that, or moderator for that brocock. I can hear that thing echoing in the video, just like my hot sound does. Yeah, and then also for Johnny Mac, he's up in the double digits now for this year. If anybody hasn't seen his video from earlier today, he did 2 videos today.
Crazy.
And I think he smacked one at 94. Okay, Drop's been pushing the food forest around the house. Yeah, like I said, it really hasn't gotten hot here. It's finally gotten hot in the past 3 days, where it's gotten above 88 degrees. Because usually it's been, right at the 85, 86 degrees. And then it only lasts past, I think 4 days. It's gotten above 90. Oh, see, that's one of the power tools. That's okay. We're waiting for Cliff to get done with his cereal.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. I was kind of hoping we see Johnny Mac here tonight, and so I can tell him, don't touch that tune on his Armada. He's actually getting a really good tight groups right now, even though it's not going, super fast. I mean, no, he's doing really good. Right there, about that 740, feet per second. Leave it right there. The trade channel, it's 61 year. Oh yeah, 61. Yeah, like I said today before the cloud cover came in. As of right now, let me double check here. So everybody, type in what your temperature is right now in local weather conditions. So I am currently at 81 degrees, and it feels like 90. Humidity is at 90%. So yeah, it's going to be a warm morning when I get up in the morning. It's going to be, let's see.
It's going to be sticky.
Yeah, it'll be 71 tomorrow morning. Woohoo! I'll take that. I'll take that for the middle of summertime. I got no troubles with that for summertime.
I really hate this track freaking mouse.
Okay, let's see. I got a. Yeah, like I said, I saw that Off the Hook was also up on doing a live as well just before I started. And let's see. 210 is live. Skipjack Cindy is live. Looks like Ryan Hall is doing a live.
Wait, is that Ryan Hall, y'all?
Yep. Uh-huh. And then Drifting Dreamers 5 is doing a live right now. And they got way more people than I got. Such as it is. I'm not that worried about it. I still get to have fun every Wednesday night. Get to talk to all you folks today.
All y'all folks. All y'all, you folks. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Mine might not be, the most, exciting channel, exciting guy. But generally, when I do get excited, you'll know.
Let's keep that on your side of the table.
Oh yeah, no, I'm one of those guys who are, not that kind of excited. Yeah, that's why I'm good at the work that I do. I usually stay focused.
Focused? Wait, there's a squirrel.
Oh, where? Squirrel. Yeah, like I said, looks like I'm going to be trying getting a mower next month. I'll probably have it delivered because I'm not going to trailer at home if I don't have to. And
hey, good evening, Off the Hook Outdoors.
Hey, how you doing? That's Ted, by the way, if anybody's wondering.
Any relations?
No.
To Bill?
No. He just enjoys his TED Talks, especially when he's making lures. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that's another guy there that you guys can watch. I mean, he does some pretty good videos. Does all kinds of stuff, takes his kids out. It's awesome. So I didn't get a chance to do that because, let's see, the wife was always working. I was always working. And just trying to get, time off with everybody had time off. It was pretty difficult to do. Both with the work that we did. Molly being the a tour bus driver, me being public works. But it paid off now. I get to enjoy the cabin in the woods.
Wish I had the money to get a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
I might not come back, to be honest.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I'm still here. I love my little cabin in the woods. Well, it's not really little. It's pretty
I
good stuff.
I've been thinking about that for like the last week, just straight. I'm like, if I had a cabin and I had the money to put one out there, I said I probably won't come back. I just stay out there, be like Russell.
Yeah, be like Russell. No, like I said, I really enjoy it here. It's actually beautiful here. It does get a little bit sticky, because of the high humidity and the warmer temperatures. But yeah, during the spring and fall, it's absolutely wonderful here. Not too cold, not too hot. It does take till about late October for it to start cooling off. And hopefully we won't have a burn ban this year if we decide to go camping and if the campground is done. I'm going to try and get to the campground next week and see if I can do a video of the campground while it's still under construction. Because I just haven't had a chance to get out there the past 2 weeks. And I was actually invited to go out there and take a look. I know the couple of the guys out there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're always inside the store getting electrical stuff. So that's how I get to know them.
Should see if there's an opportunity for a campground host.
Me? No. Because then I would have to work there, and I wouldn't be able to get the. Well, maybe after I turn like 65 or something, or 62, when I can get onto Social Security. Because I might go early at 62.
Well, the thing is with doing a campground host is you have to have your own living space, so you have to have like either an RV or something semi-permanent.
Yeah, you actually have to be on location.
Yeah, and it's not just sitting there being like, oh, I'm the campground host. You got to walk around, make sure everything's golden. Check fire pits, toilets.
Yep,
actually have to do a little bit of work, like actual work.
Yeah, but it's not super hard work.
No, maintaining a trail here or there, moving a bush.
No, but this campground has maintenance workers. So,
that makes it easy.
Yeah, who knows? I just might go part-time there when I retire. Completely and just go full on part-time. Or I just might stay there at Lowe's and just keep going with my 10%, like some of the other folks do.
There you go.
Yeah. But then I won't get to see the great outdoors. Take my fishing pole with me. Take the camera with me. I might do that instead. I mean, it's only like 12 miles away to the campground. It takes longer to set up the tent than it does to take the drive there. Yeah, I've already retired once. I did it at 49. Actually, excuse me, no, 47 is when I walked away from the industry after 33 years. Because I happened to start when I was 14. It's crazy.
I've retired 4 times. Them things get expensive after a while, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know why rubber's not so cheap anymore.
Listen, I have no troubles of waiting until I'm 62, which is 9 years away, because I want to enjoy my money. I don't know if I'm going to be around when I'm 80 or 75. I don't know if I'm going to be there.
I won't make it to retirement age. Won't matter.
Uh-oh.
Well, it sucks for you, Cat.
Yeah. He's got food. He's got water. He's got a place to sleep. He's got a place to sleep. He's fine.
He better have a place to sleep. He kind of sort of invited himself.
Well, yeah. It's not just here. He goes next door, and I'm not sure if he goes across the street or not. Because if he's going across the street, he's playing Russian roulette with the traffic.
No, you can not if he goes under the bridge.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Somebody's falling asleep. All the Z's.
Oh, no. CR's tired.
Yeah. We said also setting up. We can also talk about setting up a bait station, because I know somebody who needs to set up some base stations so he can get the mice so they can constantly get food throughout the night, and he doesn't have to refill it every, walk out there, put the stuff down, the bait down, and just wait for them. He can actually have a base station out there at 35, 45, 55 yards in a certain location, just have it automatically feed through a tube. And so they always know to go there for food, because those mice will tell their buddies and they'll all show up. And all you have to do is just go out there and check it every couple of days and make sure it's full.
I do a springboard floor trap.
Well, like I said, with the cat around, I have not seen any mice in the shop. I have not seen any mice in the shop in probably 4 weeks.
I don't know if it's necessarily the cat that's getting the mice, or if the mice have caught wind of the cat's scent because he's over there more often and they're just avoiding it.
Yeah, well, I caught one mouse out of the house. A week and a half ago. I still haven't posted that video yet. I need to put that video together and put it out. Who knows, I might do that this Friday or something, or Saturday morning. Put it together, set it for Saturday morning for a release while I'm at work. Oh, yeah, somebody got a hold of some cats. They just show up. Yeah, like I said, I have nothing wrong with having 1 or 2 cats in the area. That doesn't bother me. I just don't want 30 cats. Because in the second,
you don't want to be the crazy old cat lady?
Yeah, I don't need them going around spraying everything. 1, 2 is fine because they don't get too territorial. When you get any more than that, Yeah, I don't know if somebody dropped him off or he just happened to stumble by. I have no idea.
They're cats. They go wherever they please.
Yeah, I know. And to see, it's almost 8 o'clock already. Wow. Hard to believe it's almost been 30 minutes. That goes quick.
It does.
It does go quick. It's so weird having it quiet here without that thing running.
Yeah, I turned mine off because it was like 70 in here, but it's getting warm. It's starting to get warm again.
Yeah, it's like 68 in here. But mine's not on cool. Mine's on dry. Molly said she was getting really cold, so I turned it off.
Yeah, I probably should run mine on dry, but then again, I know if I run it on dry, I'm gonna be filling that bucket up every 20 minutes.
Well, no, you'll be fine. Yeah, let's see. Probably order that rack for the AC unit for the bedroom. That bedroom was pretty warm today when I went in there. Yes, drops. Like I said, we had that problem where I grew up too, where everybody was just dropping off their dogs, and we just got a bunch of stray dogs.
Well, if you can't handle the pets in the first place, don't get a second one that'll oppose the gender controls, and don't have 14 fucking puppies.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Guess who just showed up?
Larry, the cable guy.
No, Jenny.
Nope. Oh, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, folks. How you doing?
Pretty good. Any good news, or you still stacking?
No news yet. I've been waiting for freaking information so I can go there and take care of it myself. Get tired of waiting, so I'm going to fly out to where the place is at and get the paperwork myself.
Oh yeah. So
that's all I can do.
Yeah, like I said, I was having a little bit of fun. Was it yesterday? Had one of my little BB guns out, and it's leaking CO2. I was like, I'm not happy about that. It was one of my fun ones too, but that's okay. Gives me a chance to rebuild.
Steel, or what is it?
The one from Umarex, that little black and silver one.
It's a seal that's going bad, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the seal where the CO2 cartridge goes up into the chamber. I just need to go order a couple of those O rings, pull them out, grease them up, and just pop them back in.
Okay.
I probably don't have to take it all the way apart. No, the hot sun I'm probably gonna have to take apart.
I don't know. Say hi to everybody. I'm going to say hi to Big Matt, Daniel, and Tiffany, Rob. Let's see, CR, Des.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's leaking right there at the valve. So I'll see if I can get another valve with it.
How much is that going to cost?
Maybe $20
plus shipping, or is it going to be something you can pick up?
Yeah, that's probably everything. That's probably everything for all the O-rings. No, that's where you get
not on fire. What's that mean?
The what?
Oh, Rob says still here, not currently on fire.
Oh yeah, no, he's got the. Looks like there's a fire in his town.
Oh,
yeah, which is not
London
good.
is burning again.
No, he's not in London.
Sorry.
As long as it ain't one of the bridges.
Yeah, somebody's probably burning yard waste or yard debris. And Job says, yeah, air pistols with cones. No. Yeah, you just can't use a CO2 pistol. I mean, you got to use something a lot bigger.
How big is bigger?
A lot bigger.
Define a lot bigger.
22.
Like the Hubin, a GK1.
Okay, you're talking to me like I know what that means.
It's the Hubin GK1. It's one of the new air pistols that is producing 98 foot-pounds and 25
Okay.
caliber.
I would say, talk to me like I'm an idiot. So
yeah, and you're
talking about
your typical, typical your 22 LR in a revolver is about the same. It's about 110 foot-pounds.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I'm just one of those guys. I put the thing in and load it up and just pull the trigger. That's about all I know about it.
That's why you need to know what it's capable of.
I know where I point it, where I can hit where I point. That's all that matters to me.
Well, yeah, you got to make sure that it's big enough for what you need.
I know what I'm hunting, so I'm not hunting moose.
Yeah, that's great for like small game.
Small game will feed you just as well as big game.
Yeah, up to coyote for 22 LR.
Then coyotes are edible.
Yeah, no, not me. I'll find something else.
Well, I mean, if that's what's got left, is what I'm saying. Not my intended, first choice either, but even bobcat would be edible, depending on the case.
Yeah, well, I've heard people eating bobcat and they say it tastes really good. I haven't had it.
Cliff?
I said everything's edible.
Within reason.
No, everything is edible.
Some things, no matter what you think it is not edible.
Like rocks?
Yeah, you can eat a rock. It just ain't going to taste good.
Trees are actually edible. I think it's the cambium layer, I think.
Yeah, you can get the
You get a lot
sand
of carbohydrates and sugars from there.
Oh, a certain tree you actually can't eat the bark.
Yeah, like I said, some trees you don't want to eat the bark because you'll poison yourself.
You're right.
No, there's only one real tree that you can actually physically eat the bark. Now, you're going to be tasting cinnamon all day long, but you can eat the bark.
What is that?
Cinnamon? A cinnamon tree. Whatever produces cinnamon stick, that's actually tree bark.
I would not eat cork, though. I would not try cork.
It'll help you float.
Definitely something would help you float.
No, well, like I said, you can always make sawdust and make bread.
Actually eat
bread protein.
Yep, the cambium layer, I believe it's what it's called, CR. It's just under the main tree bark.
Yeah, just don't eat anything that has a white sap.
And if you you can even cook it up, it'll taste somewhat like bacon.
No.
Crispy like bacon. It's still edible. Somehow, no, I have not shown them that yet. Oh, they've seen that.
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably end up doing my.
They have not seen that.
I'm gonna try and do the
What?
my crate here sometime this week.
I'll show that when you guys are interested.
Pow.
And then I'm gonna plant some. I'm gonna cheat and put some plants in it instead of going from seed.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of plants?
I'll probably just get some of the herbs and stuff from work.
Okay.
Only a couple dollars a piece. Maybe spend $20 and that probably fill that crate.
We're just once we have a place to put the stuff, I'll be starting prepping the garden for the survival seeds, seed vault stuff I got. Though I probably won't plant everything because there's no need for me to plant kale if I don't like kale.
Kale is you mix stuff in with it.
I don't like the taste of kale, so why would I grow it?
Put it in soup.
I don't even like kale. Why would I want it in soup?
Help scrub out your intestines.
Nope. I will eat lettuce. I will eat everything else, but I will not eat kale.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get a refill on my coffee. I will be right back.
Alrighty.
Coffee.
No, there's no point in me growing something I'm not going to eat, Cliff. Right?
Go get your coffee.
I don't know. I don't eat a lot of the stuff I grow, but I grow it anyway just because everybody else eats it. So
yeah, but
called
I
share
know my
the wealth.
family will eat too. So tomatoes, potatoes, carrots, green beans, cantaloupe.
It's another one I didn't do this year is cantaloupe.
Asparagus, but Jenny likes asparagus only. She's the only one that does. And Brussels sprouts. She like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, Colin would starve on that one drops.
I'm not paying attention to drops, so I don't know what he's saying.
Wild edibles. Well, there's a ton of wild edible mushrooms here, but you won't starve eating a groundhog. Yeah, Colin would.
No, I wouldn't. I can eat groundhog.
Flavorless groundhog.
Hey, I know the wild edibles around here.
By the way, I can't elope. I'm already married.
Oh, I'm gonna do a quick show.
Let's see ours be. Oh, okay.
It's a wood pellet stove or wood stove, wood gas stove with the heat exchanger thing.
It's a knockoff Bush Buddy.
No, it's not a Bush Buddy.
It's a knockoff Bush Buddy.
I'm not even sure what brand it is, to be honest. There's no name on it.
Yeah, you can just go out to the park and test it out. Do a video on it.
Plan to, but I'm not going out to Mariposa. I will not promote that place whatsoever.
Go to the city park that has a barbecue.
Actually, the ones here don't.
Really?
Yeah.
You should all have. Usually, they all have barbecues right there by the picnic areas.
Not in town. They got rid of them because they considered them a safety hazard.
Oh my goodness!
How's a barbecue pit a safety hazard? Like, are you cooking gas cans in there?
I don't know. Some kid got burnt, and they just said, "Oh no, we're going to take them all out."
Well, he won't do that next time.
Right? It's called live and learn.
Collect a lifetime.
But I'm going to try that out. I got to get me some wood pellets to see how those work. I've never actually used wood pellets, so no.
Yeah, like I said, I cook with my chimneys every once in a while.
Now, I just want to know how I'm going to cook over that.
With a stick.
With a what?
With a stick.
No.
You go pick up those.
I'm not doing kebabs.
Yeah, get the barbecue skewer and do some hot dogs.
Oh, look, it's a smackus, attackers, a crackers, a mackus, a wackus.
He's getting into the drawer.
Meow.
He's learned to open up the dresser drawers here. So he can climb in. And he climbed in the other day, and he took all the clothes out before he can get in. He just shoved them all onto the floor, including one of my shirts.
Love my coffee.
Yeah, lettuce ain't doing well on my side. I had a couple of good ones, but they started going crazy. They were covered in ants, so I just cut them down and chucked them in the compost bin. I didn't feel like sitting there yanking off each leaf, going around that thing, and then washing off all the ants. I was like, you know what? That's free compost.
Yep.
As fast as those damn things grow, I got 2 more growing already. I don't even care.
Yeah. No aphids on them. That's all the.
No, for some
ants?
reason, not on the lettuce this season, but the ants were everywhere on them.
Wow, that's unusual for the ants.
Is that on your mother's side or your father's side?
My third twice removed cousin's grandpa's uncle's niece daughter.
Sorry, I had to do an ant joke.
Did ant?
Now that is a really old joke. That beats mine by a whole bunch.
Oh yeah. Could be adamant.
Oh, Drops has one of those.
I loved Adamant when he was out and about.
I've never liked the use of that particular stove there, Drops. Because you got to sit there and burn for hours on hours on hours on end in order to get enough energy to use anything worth it off of those.
What stove is that?
That the BioLite.
Oh, that thing you do in order to charge anything up, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's that. You generate thermal electricity and
The thermal exchange stove, basically.
Yeah, I've never liked that thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a cool idea." I'll just give me a solar panel. I'm probably charge faster anyway off of that.
Little wind turbine will do the same thing, or hand crank, radio thing would do the same.
Yeah, and also, by the way, speaking of gas, they're actually putting new gas lines in town, and looks like they might be going past the house. So
is that good or bad?
That's good.
So no more LP?
No more LP. I can just put in natural gas. I bought the heater 2 weeks ago.
Now they put in the natural gas, and you would go, crap, now I don't have to pay use that anymore.
Well, like I said, I've just been looking at a propane tank, and I might not have to get it.
Well, how much money would this save you? Are they going to charge you for putting it in?
Oh, they'll charge you for the connection.
Oh yeah, I don't mind charging for the connection. Yeah, because I can get the yellow PEX, which is basically designed for gas, for natural gas or propane. Then I can just plumb it to the house, and then I can get a gas stove, which I really love those.
CR says breaks over AFK again.
Yeah. Then I can set up a barbecue outside and have that set up for natural gas.
Oh, there you go.
I'll always have natural gas. Get the heater.
You don't have to worry about running out of LP in the middle of winter.
Yeah, because I actually bought a ventless heater for the house.
Well, that's kind of cool. Hey, Grace.
Hi, Grace. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I picked it up pretty inexpensive. It's $400 and something stove I picked up for $212.
It's a nice little stove too, or a nice little.
It's good size. It's designed for a 1,500 square foot home.
What's the timeline on the gas lines?
I have no idea. I need to get more information. I just see all the big stuff going in, and that's all I've been seeing.
Now, how far outside of town are you, technically?
About 2 miles.
And your neighbors are closer than the highway than you are?
No, I'm about the same distance as some of my neighbors.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I'll just be happy if I even got it. I'd just be stoked to have it because it'd be way cheaper than propane, and I won't have to set up the infrastructure for a tank.
You don't have to worry about them when you run out having to fork out $700 or more. Just
try like up to 1,000. Try up to 1,000 to fill a propane tank.
I said a half fill.
Yeah.
Not a full fill.
Yeah, you don't have to fill a propane tank. If you're going to fill it, you might as well fill it.
They don't totally fill it to the top. They don't. Yeah. They go like 3/4. They don't do 100%.
Yeah, because I was looking at a 250-gallon tank.
When I was living in Monroe, when Ian was a baby, it cost me $700 plus to fill up the tank we had. It was like a 400-gallon tank. And they never filled it up all the way, and it didn't get through the winter. It was just the house was very unwell insulated.
Yeah. And not only that, I would also plumb it over to my where I'm going to have my generator.
And your shop. Your shop would have heat and air AC.
And the greenhouse. I would definitely do that. Yeah, so then I can, because the natural gas here is very inexpensive.
Well, what do you expect? You live in oil country.
Yeah, I do.
You'd think gas would be cheaper where you're at.
Yeah. Gasoline's not all that cheap right now. I was gonna get fuel on, as I fill up when I got my check last week, 2 weeks ago, and that Monday, I saw it drop down to $2.55 a gallon.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, and guess what it was on Friday?
$2.70.
Keep going.
$300. $3.
It was at $2.83 a gallon.
That's still cheaper than here.
What in the world are you guys doing? Why such a big hike?
U.S. government. That's why.
That's why they want this. They want this.
Hurricane season is a good enough.
They find a reason to.
No. No, Jason, it's not that. What's around the corner?
4th of July.
Exactly. 30% price increases because it's a holiday and because they can.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a lot more people traveling this year, so they're going to start sticking it to everybody.
They say that every year. Oh, record number of vehicles on the road every year. It's like, bro, it's not a record. It's just a number. Yeah, it's slightly bigger than last year because there's more people now that have the option of driving.
Yeah, like I said right there, TD says it's 100 gallons and it costs them $159 to fill it. Yeah, so I might not have to do the propane tank. So I'm really happy.
I think he uses propane for his forge, though.
Yeah.
So that's different. I found a smelter at a yard sale the other day, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to buy it, though. I had no reason to buy it because I don't know anything about smelting anything.
Yeah, I already have one.
Cool to see one, though.
We just got a little tiny one, so we can make our own mini balls.
Mini what?
Mini balls. And
okay, I'm lost.
Black powder.
Black powder. We're casting rounds.
Okay. What do you make your mini balls out of?
Lead.
So I've seen people use other materials besides lead nowadays, like pewter and stuff.
Cool. Hell no, man. Pewter's expensive.
Yeah, pewter's way expensive.
I seen a movie where an Indian used a gold.
I've seen him use silver.
Gold was softer, easier to make into musket balls.
Yeah, but all you're doing is you're firing money at the enemy, and if they survive, now they have a gold ball worth a buttload of money.
Well, this was it was like back in the Cowboys and Indian days, though. He just happened to find a gold nugget that he made into a musket ball.
Yeah, no, I would have had like a $5,000 freaking gold ball. Jeez, I'd have been rich.
There's probably one out there somewhere, guaranteed somewhere out there or something. But then again, you can find a cannonball worth that much, depending on where you found it.
Yeah, if you find a cannonball out in the woods, don't touch it.
Why?
Because they're still explosive.
Not here in Iowa. Because we didn't have ones that go boom here. We just had regular cannonballs.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You were really
involved in that war. Remember, we were not. There's no wars placed on this ground.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Iowa was considered neutral territory back then.
Yeah, Daniel's actually paying $3.12 a gallon. Ouch.
I'm paying more than that.
We're paying like $2.90 to $3.01 here.
Mac us, attack us, or crack us, or smack us, or whack us. What are you doing?
He's singing the song of his people.
Meow.
He's pet me, pet me, pet me.
No, his girlfriend is gone.
He's got a substitute girlfriend right now.
Yeah.
The way he's moving looked like he about to poop on the bed.
Nope. He's doing the other thing.
Yeah, that's not attractive.
Yeah, that's why I've got my
biscuits.
This is what he does.
Hey,
That is the most noise I've ever heard Mac make.
Oh, he does this at 3:00 in the morning.
I'll let the cat for you.
Yeah.
It does. It wakes Jenny up out of a sound sleep. That sucks. Me, I try to sleep through it, but he did it to me earlier when I got back from my physical therapy. I crashed, and he did it right in my ear,
sorry.
even though I was sound asleep. But so what's new with you guys? Mine
not a whole lot.
hasn't changed. I
Yeah,
have
like
not-
I said,
no change here.
I'm hoping to get everything taken care of here, get the yard taken care of here in the next few weeks, so I can at least get it mowed down, so I can don't have to worry about the buzzworms.
The what?
The buzzworms, nope ropes.
Danger noodles.
Snakes?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nope, should have given it away.
yeah. That's why whenever I've been going out in the garden, I've been strapping myself. Get out there and I'm all strapped, ready to go.
The cheapest gas we have here is $2.29. That's for E88.
Yeah, the problem is it doesn't have as much bang for the buck as gasoline.
But we have more, we get more out of it because we got the alcohol stuff. It grows here than it does anywhere else. So,
Oh yeah. Well, hi Cecilia, how you doing?
hey, Cecilia.
Good evening, Cecilia. How are you doing today?
Yeah, like I said, the best thing I found is that ethanol-free fuel. Man, we can go for miles on that. Like
I can too, but I can't afford it.
Yeah, I know. It's like what, almost $4 a gallon here.
Okay.
Van
premium.
loves it.
Let me see
Yeah,
what
Van
premium
loves
is going for here. Premium is going for $3.79 a gallon, $3.88, $3.84, $3.88. The cheapest is $3.69. But that's about it.
No, we'll never see that drops. We'll never see under $2 for a gallon of fuel.
Unless they found oil in every state of the union and then some.
No. They will never do that
Well, why? Why not?
because they're making good money now. There's no way they're going to do that.
Privatize oil then.
Yeah, they'll be doing the exact same thing.
It is privatized.
I say flood the market with oil and let the prices drop.
The problem
Oh,
is
you're
all the
being
amount of
sarcastic.
oil we have on this continent that we don't want to use until we've resourced everybody else's oil supplies.
Now, unfortunately, that's not a good idea.
No, the crude here is a lot different than what is overseas.
Or Alaska.
That's the excuse I've been hearing.
No, what it is they don't want to waste our resources until absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
They'll bleed the rest of the entire globe dry, and then we'll be the last monger for oil reserves, and we will charge anybody for oil 10 times the going price.
Including us.
Yes, including us.
And that's what they're doing. It's all so they can make bottom dollar, so they can line their pockets
Yep.
If someone
and do
starts building wood
absolutely
gas,
nothing with all the money.
when you do wood gas vehicles. Like
No,
they did in
but-
World War II.
Hopefully by then we'll have Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion would be nice, but it would cost us through the nose to run it. They probably run you got to get a subscription in order to use it.
It's a good thing some of us have our own gardens. You can just throw whatever you want in there. Mr. Fusion will just be like, "Oh, look at me, I'm going."
Yeah, but
Well, I
they
already got
charge
the
you for the
coffee
use
grounds
of
and the
it.
bananas.
You probably wouldn't own the Mr. Fusion. You'd probably have to rent it or something.
Should buy one.
By the way, my bananas are about 3.5 feet tall now.
Do you have any bananas yet?
No. They probably won't bolt until probably about 6 feet tall.
What's your temperature right now?
Right now I'm at 81 earlier? Oh, excuse me.
I'm checking.
78. The sun went down.
Oh, come on.
I still got you still have your bicycle, yeah.
84.
Still got my rollerblades too, but that's really hard to do in sand.
Yeah.
Do what? Oh, bicycle?
Rollerblade.
Rollerblades.
I've seen powered rollerblades with off-road tires.
Yeah, those things are. I don't trust them.
Oh, just imagine if you ran out of gas halfway through. Oh my gosh. Or were they electric? I'm not sure which. I have my bicycle.
So anybody else dealing with little pest animals in their garden?
I don't know. My garden is technically up in Marshalltown right now.
Birds.
Yeah.
Or in the seed bag over there.
Birds.
Birds.
But they're not really pests. They're just everywhere because now they know where they can get food and water. I've kind of made my mom mad because now all the birds are on my side of the property instead of out front by the kitchen window, so she can't see all the birds. They're all over here trying to get water, sunflowers, picking off all the bugs off my plants.
They are stripping the black mulberry tree over here in the parking lot.
Oh, so yeah, the mulberries are ripe now.
Yeah,
Or
they are
just
here.
ripe? Just getting ripe. Yeah.
They were almost ripe when we got here to the hotel. To be honest,
Yeah, that's the one thing I haven't gotten yet. Is I haven't gotten any mulberry trees.
You want some?
I'll get some eventually.
Just wait a few years, and birds will bring them naturally.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have all the ones you don't want.
Turn around and sell them.
Well, my dumb ass
Oh,
doing
ours here. I mean, they don't get to. Well, most of them don't make it to market because they get made into pies and jams and jellies, and they get stored away.
Then I go to market.
Then they
Yeah,
go
by
to
the way-
market, farmers market.
Yeah, I checked yesterday. No figs yet. I keep looking, and I know they're not going to be there until like probably next year.
I got some fig Newtons. Does that count?
No, I had fig Newtons last week, and then I had the strawberry ones last Saturday.
I got the regular
Okay.
ones.
I already ate those. Those things are real sweet, the strawberry ones.
Hey, Carol. Rambling
Hello,
Peach,
how you doing? Yeah, Carol from the Rambling Peach, yeah. Yeah, so,
Hey, Mandy.
Amanda, how you doing? And Booster.
Ooh, what up, Mander?
You're now called
Yeah.
Foxy now. Ooh. What did you do to get that one?
I shaved.
You shaved this
I'm
way
honestly
or this
surprised
way?
ain't nobody noticed that I shaved my freaking eyebrows.
Nope.
You look like Mr. Spock
No,
right now,
no.
or Klingon.
I cut like all of that off because I was bored. I was like, I got tired of them poking me in the eye, so I was just like, near.
So you're a Vulcan now?
Nanu, nanu.
No. I said Vulcan, not Morgan.
I know exactly what you said.
You're the Orchid man.
Yeah, so like I said, I have not had any pest problems in the garden except for the those shield bugs right now. The
Stink
borer
beetles.
bugs, the stink beetles, or the squash
Tater
bugs.
The pill bugs.
The squash
Tater
bugs.
bugs.
Which one's the squash bugs?
Stink
Those are the
bugs.
ones.
Stink
Looks
bugs.
like a
I've
shield.
seen. They have those
It's
all.
got a big shield on them.
That's the stink bugs.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
we call
stink,
them up here anyway.
stink bug, potato bug, squash beetle, whatever. the hell
Deb.
you call 'em.
Hi, Deb. How you doing?
You step on them and they smell like candy apple tastes.
But you hate candy apple.
I'm not a fan of candy apple. I'll eat candied apples, but the flavor candy apple, that weird funky green flavor, whatever the hell
That's
No.
sour
Green
apple.
apple?
yeah, sour apple. Yeah, that's what stink bugs. That's how stink bugs smell. That's what they taste.
Not to me. I've never really dealt with them that much.
I-
I try to avoid them as much as possible.
I'll try to, if I'm patient enough, I can get them to kind of walk onto me, and then I'll go take them out and I'll throw them on the floor and stomp on them. But I was impatient the other day, and one of them got me, and like 3 of my fingers smelled like stink bug for like hours.
Ugh.
Washed my hand in soap, even later showered, and that stuff still. That's a smell that does not go away very easily.
Well, like I said, you can always use a pair of, good old-fashioned clothespins. You can use forceps. You can use tweezers. Pick them
Problem is
off.
when you use the clothespins, you squeeze them and then they let off that stench.
Yeah.
So what I do is I got some of my little pruning shears, my pruning snips, and I just go and I chop them right in half.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to be doing this. Not with this one. This is for watering George. My air plant that I have here inside my shop.
His name is George?
Yeah.
Okay.
George
of the jungle.
His desk skeleton.
Yeah.
He's got more hair than I do.
Yeah, that's just the it's a type of air fern, of course, hair. And that one I found on the floor at work, so I just put it there. Like I said, they're removing my desk at work, so I get to bring George home after 2.5 years of it being on my desk.
He is so zen.
Yeah, I mean he's doing really fine in here. Off the light that I have, and he gets about 10 minutes of sunshine a day.
Was that good or bad for an air plant?
That's for what it is. It's a house plant. It prefers to have mostly shade, and every 2 days I just spritz a little bit of water on it. Every 2 days. So you get these over there like Home Depot, Lowe's, most of your nurseries. Just these little ferns here, and like I said, there's no roots. It's just an air fern.
As long as it gets moisture, and every once in a while, those things will just keep going.
Looks like Calvin hair from Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah. Here we got all kinds of Spanish moss too, as well. I mean,
did you guys hear about the snowstorm up in Oregon?
No.
Yeah.
I heard about the ones up in Montana.
Yeah, up in the northern part, they've been having a lot of snow, which is really freaky.
I know some places got like 18 inches of snow
in June.
Yep,
that's weird.
Weird weather patterns.
Yeah. No, was it 93, 94? I was at the over by eastern side of Sierra Nevadas. And I got snowed on in July.
Back in '88 is when we got snowed on in June here in Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now it's just a big giant heat wave on the East Coast right now.
So they can't blame El Nino this time, can they?
Nope. We're in between.
So whose fault is it this time?
U.S. government.
Someone playing with a weather machine?
Yeah, the harp. Yeah. Somebody turn the harp up a little bit too high.
It's you pushing the button there, Jason. You know you are.
Yeah, my thought is we haven't had any hurricanes in the Atlantic right now, so I'm getting a little bit concerned.
Well, you think it's going to be a mega one?
Don't know yet.
That's what I said. Do you think there's going to be one? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm more worried about if we don't get them, we're going to have a pretty warm winter. And then
you're going to have a major drought seasons for the next couple of years.
That's what I'm kind of worried about. But then again, was it a couple of years ago in 2020? We had a lot of hurricanes out there in the Gulf, which stirred it up and made it really cold. And then we had that cold snap come through in February.
Everything froze. Yeah, I saw that. You guys had your first really good ice everywhere.
Oh man.
You guys, most of the people who were not used to it did not know how to drive on it.
Oh yeah, no. I said that for the first 3 days, I didn't drive anywhere. We just stayed home.
Well, I mean, you knew better. I mean, even Phoenix, where you were from, still got ice and snow, but not as much as
Yeah.
Texas never gets it.
Like I said, we got the bridge here, it iced up, and we're going, no.
How many car
We're just-
accidents were in your area?
Actually, very few, because very few people went anywhere. They just waited. They waited it out.
Though then they were the smart ones. The
Yeah,
ones that
so-
actually thought they had their 4-wheel drives. Well, we can handle it. That's the ones you have to watch out for.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the days after that, I mean, everybody had broken pipes. We could not get enough supplies in.
Because none of your stuff is underground.
Yeah, it's underground. It's just not very deep. It's just when it comes up out of the ground is where it failed.
Yeah.
And inside of houses.
They weren't
But we
insulated pipes.
Yeah, we didn't get hit nowhere near as hard as, the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
They're
you
further
know-
north than you, though, right?
Yeah. They're a little bit drier, too. But like I said,
Cliff,
they
is
didn't
your
care.
dad's pipes at your guys' house all insulated or not?
Not
They
here.
are now.
I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if his dad, when he designed the house, he built, insulated the pipes there or not.
Shit, most of my pipes are like 2 feet underground at best, 24 inches.
From the ground to your house, are they insulated? Is what I'm saying. 'Cause you don't have a basement, so there's no way, you got to have a crawl space or something.
There's an air gap on the bottom of the house between where I'm standing, where my feet are in the dirt, but that's like the height of a cinder block.
Mhm.
That could still freeze.
Not when we got the freaking air. I have air circulation. The way the house is designed, it circulates air, so that bottom never freezes down there.
Right. Your dad's an engineer. Okay. That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
when we run the fireplace, it sucks all the cold air up, and it just cycles air through the house. The way it's designed, it never gets cold down there.
Not every house is made that way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, a lot of them down here are. They have that thermal circulation for airflow. Otherwise, down here it gets way too hot, and you're basically sitting in
Door?
air cooking.
Oh, he's already got out. I don't see him. Is he outside?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, he got out. Matt got out the door.
Well, go get him.
Oh, he's back in now.
Oh, okay.
Jenny propped the door open. She went to get some ice for the cooler. He opened up the door and got it himself out.
No, like I said, I had to totally replumb the house because nature said, no, you're replumbing.
Yeah, but when's the last time your house has been replumbed, though? Was the question.
When he did it,
When
2
I
years
did
ago.
it.
Before that, I mean,
Yeah, before then. Oh, no, it looked like Rube Goldberg was down there.
Ooh.
he patented that one, huh?
Oh, it was bad.
Oh, I
I mean,
bet.
it was bad.
I bet it's a
Oh.
lot more organized now, though.
Yeah, it's all streamlined now.
You
Like I
using
said, I
PEX, or
switched-
what are you using?
I used the PEX.
Okay.
It's so much easier, so much faster. There's no glue.
There's blue and red. You know which one's which.
Yeah, they got blue, red, white, and yellow.
Okay, yellow's for gas,
Mm-hmm.
red's for hot water, blue's for cold water. What's the white one for?
Anything you want.
No, what do
Doesn't
you
matter.
use the white one for?
You can just bury it in the ground.
What is it for?
Water.
Okay. I thought blue was for water.
Yeah, blue and
Yeah,
red.
once it comes off your heater, that indicates
Yeah.
what line is what. But the white one is just for water from your tap to your connection.
Yeah, it's just standard water.
Okay.
Everybody usually just grabs the white and they go in and plumb the house, and sometimes they forget they're on the wrong side of the wall
Right.
installing it, and they'll get it backwards. That's why I use the red and the blue, so I don't get them confused.
Do you guys use a one of those wait.
Geothermal's too inefficient for billions of people. You have to have a large acreage in order to run geothermal efficiently.
No, I was gonna say, do you have one of those on-demand water heater deals or not?
No,
He does not like those things at all for some reason. I don't know
No.
why.
I'll probably do a gas one, but I will not do an electric one.
Well, that's what I was wondering, since you're going to be getting the natural gas in your area.
Yeah, if I do natural gas and I need to do, and then when I have to replace this one, I might do that then.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I mean, it'd be more efficient, I would think, in that kind of situation.
Yeah, but yeah, if electric ones, yeah, those things use so much electricity, it's ridiculous.
I've
Well,
seen
we have
people run them
gas-
off of solar, but I'm not sure how they do it.
No, you ain't going to generate enough. You'd have to have like 3/4 of your yard filled with solar panels in order to generate enough for those electric heaters.
Yeah,
Those things eat juice like
Oh,
a fat guy eats cake and donuts.
Just big,
Well, CR says he wants a sand battery. I've heard of them. I don't know much about them.
Baghdad battery.
How's those work?
water and lime juice.
I don't have a lot of lime juice here. Sorry, not going to be an option.
No, like I said, you're the standard 12,000 kilowatt electric, on-demand water heater is 40 amps.
Is it?
That's 40 amps, and you can only have one person taking a shower, and one person doing the dishes. Now I got these people that want to put in these 18,000 kilowatt water heaters that are designed for like a
Hotel.
for like a hotel or an Airbnb. Those things take up 120 amps. Can you imagine that? 120 amps. That meter is going to be spinning.
Oh yeah.
So we decided to go ahead and stay with our with the current, which is going to be a 50-gallon tanked water heater.
How much did you say they usually run? I mean, amp wise?
A 12,000 will run 40 amps.
Okay, because they run from 20 to 120.
Yeah, the
Amps.
120 amps are the big ones for things like hotels.
The smaller ones are 20 to 30.
Yeah, but yeah, you got the 110s. We'll do 30, a single pole 30, but when that's going to be like a 8,000 or 6,000 kilowatt water heater, which would be the tankless. But then when you go to like a 12,000, then you need a 2-pole at 40 amps. So it takes 2 spaces in your breaker box. Now, when you go to the 18,000 kilowatt or the 24,000 kilowatt, now you're taking 4 spaces up with.
See you later. You get a phone call.
Yeah, nope, she hung up on him.
Okay.
So you're talking 120 amps, and you're only allotted 200 amps.
Really?
Yeah, the
That's
normal
why what do you do with a bunch of smaller ones, like 20, 30 amp ones?
Yeah, then you can run other stuff. But when you're running 120 amps for that thing to kick in, and then all of a sudden your AC kicks in, which takes 60, 90 amps just to kick on. Now you have exceeded 200 amps.
That's why I said you do a bunch of smaller ones on demand, because that way you don't have to use them all the time.
Good evening, Kathy.
Good evening, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Yeah, she was probably calling Molly to see if I was live tonight.
You're not live.
Yeah.
This is Memorex.
Yes. So, anyways, we decided to stay with the 30 amps so that my generator can actually produce hot water for us. Yeah, I have to shut down the AC units to do it, but yes.
At least you're not having to deal with the diesel heater or anything like that. Diesel water heater. Because, I mean, they sell the surplus ones from the military for water heaters. Inversion heaters is what they call them.
Yeah.
So inversion ones.
They
They work, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But they do eat up diesel a lot.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with any kind of anytime you try and create heat with a fuel, it takes a lot of fuel to create the heat, so you can get water hot enough.
Oh, Daniel says they have solar.
Yeah, solar works really good too. I mean,
Solar water heaters, I've seen those, but I've never used one. So I think
they have them up on the roof. It looks like a solar panel.
Yeah, because they're just they run the pipes through the solar. Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll actually put a insulated tank like in the attic space, and they'll actually have a pump, and they'll pump water through that and store that inside the tank.
So places like you, especially where Daniel is, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
But there's no regulation on that one though. They get super hot. You got to be careful with that one. You can burn yourself.
Oh, the water heaters. Oh yeah, they get hot.
Well, he can't do natural gas yet, but he's waiting on them to deliver.
I'm
And same for Jason.
Yes. Yeah, I'm hoping
that to Deb.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said,
I don't
she
think
get
Deb
the
can
gas-
do that. She can probably do a natural gas one if they offer it there.
Well, that's that's the gas line that's going to come from where they run. That's your natural gas.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it depends
the only
if her place is electric or gas. I'm not sure because I don't know
Yeah.
much about it.
Yeah, the only bad thing about having natural gas to fuel your generator is you're not going to get the full wattage and amperage out of it. It just doesn't have the bang for the buck.
It can't do the RPMs.
It can kind of do the RPMs. It just doesn't have the torque like gasoline does.
Or electric.
Yeah, it doesn't have that explosion. Yeah.
It does when it's self-contained in a small bottle, and you poke a hole in it and throw flame at it. But then it's only it's singular instance of high compression.
In other words, you're making a bomb.
Yeah, like I said, it just doesn't have
The oomph.
I'm trying the power to how am I going to explain this? There's more atoms in a actually, how should I say this?
Molecular density
Rob,
of gas than there is.
Yeah, the gasoline is far more explosive than natural gas.
Everybody say
What up,
happy
Rob?
belated birthday to Rob. He just had his birthday the other day.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Evening, Mr. Rob. Also belated happy birthday. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
He's aging backwards now, folks.
Oh, is he aging backwards?
Yeah, just like the rest of us, we're all aging backwards.
No, my body doesn't feel that at all.
My knees don't feel it. I can tell you that.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been learning a lot more stuff, since I started doing electrical work. Oh yeah,
Did you ever consider the solar water heater stuff or no?
Like I said, I have too much shade.
Hey, CLO, how's it going?
Hey, CLO, how you doing?
Hey, CLO.
I have too much shade here.
Well, you can always correct that.
Yeah, problem is, it's not my property those trees are on.
Oh.
It's the property behind us. And I would have to clear out a lot of trees to do that. And not only that, is they're not as efficient in summertime. Excuse me, not summertime, wintertime.
Well, it'd be more efficient than them here in Iowa because Iowa's all covered in snow.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't get anything out of it for winter.
Unless we were up there cleaning them off daily.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get some from the ambient light in the atmosphere, but you're generating at that point, efficiency is going to be roughly 50%.
Really, really low.
Yeah, they do the same thing with solar panels here. You got to keep them clean.
That's
you
what
gotta
I'm
keep
saying.
it
Solar on
together.
your house in the wintertime would be the most inefficient thing because, again, you're going to get the most out of that is about 15% efficiency, even during the wintertime.
Camping is awesome.
Camping is awesome, yeah. Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's got to be efficient with everything. Like I said, I'm hoping that they come by and we can get natural gas. I mean, I see them putting.
You can have a party once you do that.
No, yeah. Everybody can dig a ditch and we'll put the pipe in the ground.
Just rent yourself a ditch digger and go from there.
Ditch party.
Everybody grab a shovel, start digging.
No, in that case, I'll just get a trencher. I still need to trench the yard. I was going to try and do that next spring, so I can put the infrastructure in. Because I've started getting some wire, conduit, and some other stuff to put in the ground. I need to start getting some water hydrants. I need to get the PEX so I can put in the ground, so I can have water all over around the property. It just makes it easier if I can just do it all at one time. Trench one day, do all the plumbing and electrical on the other days, and then backfill it.
You're going to have a plumber come in, though, and the gas person, because you got to get them inspected. Get permits.
Yep, I just have to get a permit for the gas. That's about it. Plumber, I don't have to.
Well, no, I mean, that's what I meant. Whoever does the gas line stuff.
Yeah.
Because you
that'll
can't
be the city or the
get
state.
permits because
Yeah.
the county or somebody would just
Yeah.
have
I can actually install it myself. And all
Well,
they
I
have
know you know how, but
Yeah.
still not permitted.
well, they still got to do the pressure test. And that's not hard.
Right. don't want the place
Pressure
to
test is
explode.
easy.
And also, and the gas could kill you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Soaking water.
Huh?
I said soaking water.
Yeah, no, I've actually been looking at that the PEX line for the natural gas. Oh my goodness, it's so much easier.
How much is it?
Less than using iron pipe.
Well, obviously, but how much is it per square foot?
What do you mean per square foot? You mean per linear foot?
Linear foot, whatever.
You can get a 100-foot roll for $60.
That's not bad, but how many feet would you need?
Oh, probably about 200.
You probably need more than that because you're doing offlines like to your fire, your grill and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not going to go very far from the house.
Because you said you were going to do your greenhouse and other places.
Yeah, because this is going to go past the greenhouse. But yeah, no, that's the cheap part. The expensive part is the fittings. The fittings are like $30 a fitting.
How many fittings would you think you'd need?
I don't know yet. But right now, I'm more worried about taking care of the heater and plumbing in for the. I'll plumb in for the future for the water heater, and then I'll also do the future plumbing for the gas stove. And if I get the natural gas, I'll probably film it all.
Now, would you actually plumb it all the way, the gas lines all the way to your stove, or do you use just to the edge of your house and just induce it into the system you already have for your LP?
Yeah, like I said, it all depends on which one I get. I'm hoping for the natural gas. And
no, what I meant was once you get the line to your house for the natural gas, would you just plumb it straight into where your existing lines? Or would you have to exchange those?
It's all brand new. I'm putting all brand new in. Like I said, I had to be real careful when I was removing the plumbing from the house because I also removed all the old galvanized pipe for the water, as well as the gas lines.
So what are you going to do with all that? You're going to recycle it?
Yeah, I turn them into fence post.
Give me a second. Jenny's got to sub-arc temperatures in here. I got to put my jacket on.
Yeah. No, like I said, I pretty much just I just use it for stuff around the house. Repurpose it. Stakes to hold up a fence for the garden, stuff like that. And it's just not reusable for anything but that.
Okay.
I just take a couple of pounds to the scrapyard for 25, 40 cents is not worth it. So I just repurpose it around the property because it's all a half inch, and I just stick it in the ground, and I can put a lamp on the top of it, a solar lamp.
Okay, this is the second time that CR has mentioned sand batteries.
Yeah,
and what? Okay, I want.
It's a heat sink.
It's a thermal mass battery. You basically
I don't know what that is. I mean, I've never heard of them.
I'm trying to explain it. If you'd shut up for a second. Basically, get a large bucket, steel bucket preferably. You fill the thing with sand, and you put a heating element at the bottom of it. And it heats the sand all the way to the top because heat rises. Never put those things at the top or you'll melt out your unit. And you basically just every few hours you have it running on the system, and it heats that sand up, and that sand will retain that heat for hours.
Yes, it's
sort of like what they do with large rocks when you're in your fireplaces and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
south-facing walls have that big thermal mass set up.
Yeah, it's a radiant heat.
Okay, they talk about that on that homestead rescue stuff a lot. So
yeah, that's what I have to deal with over here all the time because 14-inch thick walls all the way across, and
great for the wintertime, not so great for the summertime.
Yeah, it sucks in the summertime. Takes forever to cool off.
Yeah.
Can you fry bacon on your roof?
And they're not as efficient as everybody thinks they are.
No, they're never truly efficient. But I've seen those thermal mass stoves, that ones where you got you're cooking down here, and also it runs along a line, then it goes up and out.
Yeah,
like a bench.
Convection thermal. It's a convection mass heater, which It's like what they kind of similar like what they used in Russia. They have those big old tower furnaces. You light the bottom of it, and it circulates through like an 8-foot wide fire pit and heats levels of random stuff and all of that.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of energy to heat up sand for what you get out of it.
Well, the ones, okay, that's different than what I thought it was. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a thermal mass heater. Basically, say you can do well. You can do it with water as well. It's the same thing
Yeah.
as a stick you fill in a black trash can in a corner or something. Let the sun cook it all day long, and then you have the heat exchange all throughout the night.
Yeah, it just gives off a little bit of heat all night. But it doesn't radiate as much heat as everybody thinks it does. Like it's not going to save you in a blizzard.
No.
It will if you're hugging it, but you're gonna lose mass on that quick. Or
Yeah.
heat mass.
It'll suck your heat out before it, do anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've watched a couple of videos on it. I'm going, the guy put a lot of energy in there to heat it up, and didn't get a whole lot of return back from it as much as he put into it.
Well, I just saw the guy who did it, who had I'm not sure if it was, I think he called it a thermal bench heater because he had this, it was a wood stove. He cooked stuff here, but the heat went this way, then up and out the house. That
Now,
the other side.
I've seen them do. I know they've been doing some experimenting with the salt batteries.
I don't know anything about those.
The salt is actually hot enough where it's molten inside of a container.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah,
the only person that could probably see that doing that would probably be Daniel because he's got the actual forge. But most of us don't have forges.
You're not gonna stick salt in a forge.
Why not?
So it's a good way to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Liquid salt in a forge tends to kind of explode when it
Oh, I did not know
then
that.
it drops in air temperature.
Yeah, like I said, I know they were experimenting with that a couple of decades ago. I don't know what came of it.
Probably
I know
nothing because you haven't heard anything of it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just
What's
It's
that HTH system? Because that's what CR said they use it in the HCT.
I'm not sure.
I don't know the abbreviation, so I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I can't help you on that one because that's a Canadian thing. So that one's even got me stumped.
Canadian.
Unless he's talking about like a
Transformative
cooling heating system.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was going to take that concept of taking that 55-gallon drum, putting a 800-watt heater at the bottom of it, a heat tape on there, and heating that to about 120 degrees. But like I said, that's going to be constantly getting staying hot like a water heater. And
I've seen heard people using compost heat for heating water and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you need
I'm not sure how efficient that is, but I've heard
especially
people
with the
do it.
amount of that stuff.
Huh?
Trying to
What
remember
was
the
that,
name of that
Cliff?
channel.
You guys talked over
Earth
each other.
dwellers.
Yeah, Earth Dwellers. Yeah.
Earth homes, that kind of thing.
No. The channel name is Earth Dwellers Homestead. He has a compost heater setup
It's massive.
that's almost as big as his greenhouse.
Does it work? That's the question.
He's got it's either a 50 or 100 foot by 25 foot wide greenhouse, polytunnel greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Just to heat that, he had to have a compost pile almost as big
20
as
tons.
the greenhouse.
20 tons.
So does it work? Is the question.
It
Yes,
works, but you
it
need
works.
a lot of material.
Yes.
you have to keeping it moist and all that stuff in order to produce the heat that it needs.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I know you said yourself that compost can get very hot.
Yes.
Can under the right conditions if you do it the
Yeah.
right way. Yes, it gets
Yeah.
wicked hot.
Oh yeah, they can spontaneous combust.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard, even the dump out here sometimes can catch fire.
Yeah. What he's basically doing is he's actually doing a heat exchange and also a water exchange off of it. Now, when you're pulling stuff into the compost pile, you're also cooling it at the same time as it's trying to heat up, just to get the energy off of it.
Trying to maintain this temperature.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Daniel says he puts salt in his forge all the time.
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
not in large quantities, though. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's probably a different. I don't think that's like standard table salt, though. I think that's
Yeah.
forging salt, or I'm pretty sure there's one for that too.
No, like
Yeah,
it's,
so-
I'm not, Ian knows more about forging than I do.
Yeah, if anybody can talk about the geothermal furnace, probably this gentleman right here, because apparently he has one.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering
Yeah,
how much.
how expensive is that to run, CLO?
Probably not a whole lot. It's just the infrastructure for the cost of installing it is extremely high.
Well,
And you-
3,800 feet of 1.5 poly pipe.
1.25 inch poly, but he's got that 8 feet down.
Yeah,
That's pretty far. That's
he's
way
also
below the cross line.
north of us too, as well.
Oh, he's way north of me. So he said he's
Yeah,
in
he's in
Michigan.
Montana.
Yeah,
He said Michigan, didn't he?
Dude, was it Michigan or did I thought he said
He
Montana?
says I live in Michigan.
Then yeah, Michigan.
yeah. So that's 3,800 feet,
That's a lot.
Of pipe.
2/3 of a mile.
That's not all a straight line though.
No, I'm pretty sure it's coiled up
Like
in there.
this.
Mhm. Like I said, I've been watching some of those videos on that too as well. I'm going, it won't work here because I got the water that's underground.
How far is your water down below you anyway, Jason?
Between 18 inches and 3 feet.
Wow. So you
I
could
have
have
a
a,
very
you could
short-
have a well if you wanted to.
I kind of do.
Do you actually have a usable well?
Yes.
Well, that's cool.
It's just getting the water out of it because it's only a 2-inch pipe. I can't put a pump down in there.
That's too
The only way
bad.
it would work is I would have to use the a compressor and percolate it out of there into a cistern.
Yeah, but
So-
you have to get a cistern to be able to not float up if it is that high of water.
No, the cistern would be up above the ground. It's basically a water
above
tank.
ground cistern. The ones we have here are below ground. So
Yeah.
that's
But
You
it's
don't
the
have to do
constant running of an air compressor to get the water out
right.
because it's too small for a jet drive. I mean, I could probably do a direct draw from it. Problem is, it'll probably draw the water out too fast, and I would start sucking up air.
Right. And other material.
Yeah, it's only 2 inches in diameter, so it's not a whole
Takes
lot.
more passes back and forth than a 4-port manifold to the Geo. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a diagram of that one, CLO?
I mean, there's a bunch of YouTube channels that you can actually look it up. Colin.
Yeah, but the thing is, we got someone who's actually using it. You can ask
Yeah.
them directly. That's a little bit easier, isn't it?
Well, you just can't show you anything. That's why I said you have to check out some of the other YouTube channels.
Well, that's why I asked him if he has a diagram or not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so he's probably got
not
a
that I am
trench.
in the position to use anything as of yet, but I'm waiting on information. As soon as
Yeah.
I get the information, I can get going.
So I wouldn't doubt if that trench was like 4 feet wide and about a couple hundred feet long. So you do need to own some land to do that.
How much land do you need?
Well, right there, let's say 3,800 feet divided by 4.
Don't ask me about numbers. Without a calculator, I can't do it.
And that's why I'm doing a calculator right now. So 3,800 feet divided by 4 is 950 feet.
Minus the turns.
Yeah, so he said, he's got it 4 passes back and forth. So that's a long trench.
So probably just less than 900 feet long each run because the turns obviously take off some footage there. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Be well, Des.
All right, be well, Des.
Night, Des. Take care.
Yeah, so geothermal it's a good thing. All you need is just the pump and the fluid running through the pipe, and it goes through basically a radiator or a heat exchange.
Yeah, they got
And fan.
they talk about using that here, but it maintains the whole house at a 55-degree temperature always.
Usually, if you get it down deep enough, yes.
So great for the winter, summertime, and it helps save money for heating in the wintertime. because you don't have to bring your median temperature up.
Yeah.
No, what?
No, you can actually, it's easier to warm up 55 degrees
That's what
than
I
it
meant.
is minus 20.
Yeah. You can get over 80 in the wintertime. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, when it gets super cold, our heater kicks in to a certain temperature. And then once it gets below a certain temperature, like 40 degrees, the heat pump doesn't work anymore. So that's when we have to go to the element that's inside of our unit. And that thing takes up 60 amps. So that's why a lot of times our bill is a little high in the wintertime when it gets like really, really cold.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get, like I said, that last cold snap that we had this year. It was cold for 4 days. Yeah. It added an extra.
That's a good, interesting note. Tabletop melts at a critical quench temperature.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. It is a metal, technically, right?
Yeah, it's
It's an element.
it is an element. But yeah, you heat it up high enough, it turns to a liquid. But it's molten. It's like magma.
Mm. Well, technically, it is magma.
Yeah. So yeah, it all, like I said, right there drops. Yes, it depends on where you live, on how deep you have to go.
How about
8 feet
Johnny?
is still a long damn ways in the ground.
Yes, especially
But once you got it done, it's done. Unless you have any issues with it.
Yeah, I mean it'll last for years and years and years.
That's not bad. $140 for 2 months,
Yeah, and that's the 2 coldest months out of the year too.
especially up in Michigan. I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Is he up on the peninsula or not? I don't know.
I'm not sure exactly where he's at. All I know is he has to deal with a bunch of raccoons.
Everybody up that way has to deal with raccoons.
Oh no, not like he did.
That's
Thank you.
140 each month.
That's still not
280.
bad.
Oh yeah.
It's still better than some places I've been to.
He's on the thumb of Michigan,
Okay,
so the peninsula, I guess.
that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Upper or lower?
He's over here.
He's right there. Okay.
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, like I said,
Lower.
I'm
Okay.
not too keen on using electricity for heating up a home. If our house was a little bit better insulated, oh yeah, it would be okay. But I'm in a 100-year-old house, so
At least you don't have to do
We
it
have a
with wood.
fireplace.
At least you don't have to do it with the wood.
yeah,
So
I really don't want to do a fireplace just because you have to watch it. At nighttime, you would have to put it out.
you have
No.
to bank it just right.
Mhm.
Especially
Yeah,
in
there's
the
just-
wintertime.
Yeah, it's just it's too scary to put in a wood burning stove in here. I thought about it when we first got here, and I'm going, no, this is just a tinderbox waiting to go
Oh,
off.
Jenny says, "Tell me about it," because when she was younger, her house burnt down.
Yeah.
When she was a kid.
Hmm. Yeah, every winter we have houses here that burn down.
She just got back from the service when it happened. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
she said they're lucky to be alive. They had to rebuild their entire house.
Yeah, that's not fun for anybody.
Mm-mm. I never had to deal with a house burning down, but my brother did set our mattress on fire when I was about 4 or 5. But he was psychotic.
Like I said, geothermal is a good way. It's probably the least expensive running it.
But getting it to a start is the expensive part.
It's the infrastructure that's going to be the expensive part.
Because it's great for if you use it for in-floor heating and stuff like that. It's great for keeping your house hot and cold and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially if you're using a liquid. I know there in the Southwest, a lot of people are doing it via air exchange underground, doing
I've heard about some people doing that. I don't know how
300 feet
gas
underground.
type of situation.
yeah, there's actually intake 300 feet away from the house, which pulls the air in, and it pulls it down to the through a 4-inch PVC pipe, and it cools it down and then he goes into the house, and then he escapes through the house.
Yes, we're all sitting down here, CLO.
Yeah.
At least I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sitting down.
Yeah, almost 20 feet.
Otherwise, I'm levitating.
Yeah, right there. That's a big installation cost because that most
$17,000.
Yeah, because most of that cost is be for the piece of equipment to run and dig the trench.
That's a one-time fee, though. At least it's one time, though.
Yeah, and
It's a one-time fee that you pay off for multiple years because you ain't just dropping $17K on that all at once.
Yeah,
right. So it's not gonna like a one. At least it's going to keep on continuously working for at least 10 to 20 years, depending on how long it.
Some people have been getting 40
That'll
years.
last for definitely almost.
Yeah, like up to 40 years.
40 years. Oh wow!
As long as it's installed correctly, yes,
and maintained correctly. You got to maintain it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only parts is where it's going to fail is if you backfill it, it gets hit with a sharp rock. Yeah, then you got to deal with a leak later on. Then you got to find it. It's going to be 8 feet underground.
He says his is 25 years old.
Yeah,
that's pretty good though.
So yeah, $17,000 25 years ago.
That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it was.
It's going to be even worse now if you think about the rate of price increase or exchange, because
probably about 3
you're
times.
probably looking at $30,000 to $45,000 now just for that same installation.
Yeah,
for the same exact equipment.
Yeah, like I said,
you're lucky, CLO.
Yeah, you got to you got to get a backhoe. You got to have somebody to operate it. You got to dig the trench. You got to pay for the materials, get it all in. Then you got to bury it back up.
Then you got to have it inspected before you even bury it, because they will not let you do that unless they inspect it. Then you get a permit and all this other, and that takes. It depends if the guy likes you or not.
Yeah.
Or he asks for money under the table type of situation.
Yeah. And then you got to think about because the only part that's really going to fail is probably going to be the pump. If you're pumping a liquid.
Call before you dig. That's true.
Yeah, 811 here in the U.S.
Well, it depends on what your state is.
No, it's 811 across the whole U.S. now.
I thought it was 888 or something like that.
Nope, 811.
No, 888 is usually for either a taxi or the insurance companies.
Yeah.
What is it? Call 8 for.
Get a big stake before you dig. And make sure that you mark your area out. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what CLO. What medium are you using?
811 is what we use here.
Yeah, 811. What is your medium that you're pumping through that poly line? Is it water or is it a what do you call it? The radiator fluid?
Conducer? I have no idea.
Yeah, is it a salt water? I don't know.
Something he said Freon link.
I would say salt water would corrode, but that depends on what it's going through.
Yeah, it's going through PEX.
PEX, then no. But if it's going through 1/4 inch or 1 1/4 steel pipe,
you said 20% antifreeze with water.
Okay,
so you're using a 20/80 mix.
Yeah.
So you just add more antifreeze as you go.
No, I'm pretty sure they got the little thing in there. They can test it and see if it needs to be replaced. I mean, it's a closed system. It's not getting super hot.
How much antifreeze would you for that system that big? How much would that
cost?
To refill it?
It's probably about 15, 20 gallons.
Because you can't just toss it aside because it's got antifreeze in it, obviously. So you're going to have that properly, mediated.
Yeah. So basically, it's going to be 20 gallon or 1 gallon of antifreeze and 4 gallons of water.
Yeah, but in a that 81 whatever it is 8,000 square foot linear foot hose. That's a lot of. He's never changed it in 25 years. Okay.
Oh wow! I was just wondering. Yeah, it all depends. It's a closed system, so it shouldn't be contaminated. It's not going to overheat like it does in a car.
Reminds me of that Hillbilly Blood guys. They used ammonia to make a air conditioner for his mother.
Yes.
Using a fire in copper tubing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they used to use. Back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s was alcohol.
They put ammonia in a copper tube, and they cooked it like they would a still, and they ran it underneath the house of his mother's house. I would be worried of it exploding, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, it's just the same work. That's just basically the predecessor to the modern day refrigerator. That's why all the refrigerators back from the.
It was before Freedom.
Yeah.
That's why all those refrigerators, majority of them, you can still find running perfectly fine. Whereas the refrigerators we get nowadays,
Break
you're lucky
every
you can get
5
5 years.
minutes.
Good night, Cecilia.
Night, Cecilia.
Night, CC. Have a good one.
Love you.
Don't add bleach. Don't add bleach to anything other than water. Also, don't heat up bleach because that's how you make
Chlorine gas is a toxic thing, and it's against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, now, like I said, I've always been wondering who's ever put one in. Thanks, CLO. That actually
Learned a lot from just talking to CLO about all this. This is actually pretty cool information.
Yeah, I've actually watched a lot of YouTube on that, and and looking into it.
Well, the thing is, it's one thing watching a video and actually then talking to someone who's actually had it done, give you more detailed information that you don't.
Yes.
Yeah,
especially from years and years ago, because they said they'll last up to 40, 50 years.
And it's over 25 for him, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would actually do that in my front yard from side to side. So basically down the length of this wall, back and forth on the property.
How would you go down 8 feet like he did, though?
Wouldn't need to. Like 3, maybe 4 feet, probably all I need to go down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what would happen if you did go 8 feet, though?
My pipes would rust.
Really?
A lot of shoring because all the sand.
Yeah, there's a crap ton of my whole property. Once you get down to like 2 feet, it's like beach sand, all the way down.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's why water doesn't stay in my dirt. I got pockets of clay mixed in with it. Kind of, you get like little pockets of aggregate that are, hold and retain water sit on top, but that's only because of the clay mass that's in there. Other than that, you can dig a 4-foot hole and the whole thing, like all of this, it'll start collapsing and then you'll have a cavern. Basically, you're essentially a sinkhole.
You said in the winter, it sends water to the ground at about 25 degrees, then ground loop warms it to 60 to 63 degrees. That's pretty good jump.
Yeah.
Doubles the temp. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 times the temperature.
Yeah. Yeah, basically what it does is it's just a closed loop, and you just got the pump and the heat exchanger and the fan. I mean, hardly any power.
What powers the fan? Like a little solar panel or something?
Electricity.
120 or 110.
It'll work like the radiator on your vehicle. The warm air comes in through the bottom, it pushes it up through the top through the pump. And you got the fan going across the radiator.
Would that work with your greenhouse and stuff?
Yeah, it works with that's how your standard air conditioner works.
Now, that would work with yours? Is what I'm asking.
No, mine would just be just a thermal mass. I thought about putting a fan blowing across the mass of the 55 gallon drum, so you're getting the cold air blowing across it.
That's what I kind of figured. 55 degrees is about standard when you get certain, feet down.
Yeah, but like this winter, this last winter I was using almost 3,500 watts of heat from the lights and 2 space heaters and a 250 watt heat lamp. Now, if I can knock that down,
greenhouse or for your house?
That was just for the greenhouse.
Oof, I hate to see what your house was like.
So that's why I was thinking about trying that 800 watt heater, which would cut it way down.
Nice.
And
good luck, Deb.
Take care, Deb. Fingers crossed on that one.
I wouldn't say so, Deb. That's too literal. I don't want to do that happen.
Yeah. So if I can drop it down to 800 watts and it just cycles off and on, that'd be the way to go. And then I can start peppers in the middle of wintertime. Just sit it right there on top of the with a rack with a water heater.
I'll probably be out of here at the bottom of the hour, guys.
Okay.
It's not something my knee hurts, but it's not what's hurting me right now. It's this freaking chair. Ugh. It's very uncomfortable. It's not my recliner that I'm used to.
Yeah, like I said, that's one of the things I was thinking about. When I do get my piece of property, I was thinking about doing geothermal as well.
I've always thought a combination of geothermal and solar would always be a good combo, but
Well, yeah, it's just all you need is just to run the motors is all you need.
right.
The motors hardly take anything. I mean, the pump will take more wattage than the fan does.
But not by much.
Well, your typical fan's what 40 to 80 watts. The pump probably maybe 400 watts.
You can use a stock solar panel for that. For the use for herds of cattle and stuff like that.
Yeah, you still have to change it from DC to AC, and it takes power to do that too. You're not going to get a full one-to-one energy off of it.
I'm a fan of this chat.
Yeah, thank you all for all my fans joining us this evening.
I got to do something real quick. Give me a second.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I was thinking about doing as well, because I can just rent the backhoe real quick, and I can dig a trench real quick. Do 800 feet, 900 feet, 4 feet wide. Actually, be wider than that because I'm also in sand too. Then I got to deal with water. So, it all depends on the water thing too as well. But yeah, it's just that 1 1/4 inch or 1.5 inch poly pipe, which is going to be the most extreme cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a one-time cost, it's like CLO said. He did it 25 years ago, and that's still running strong.
Yeah.
And like you said, you got to be careful where you put it too. You don't want to run something over with a heavy piece of equipment or something and then crush it or something.
If it's 8 feet down in the ground, you're not going to have to worry about it at all.
But Cliff was talking about just doing his about 3 or 4 feet.
No, you won't have to worry about it that deep.
What Cliff needs to do is buy out all his neighbors, then he can do all the stuff he wants on the property.
Yeah, if I had $1 million, but I'm not going to displace my neighbors just to do freaking geothermal.
No.
Yeah, I love watching Homestead Rescue, Daniel. It's one of my favorite shows. I quote it a lot, I think.
Well, CLO, my frost level in my state is about 10 inches.
Yeah.
Ours is
maximum.
I think ours is like 3 feet. I think I got to double check.
I think mine might be 1 inch.
Let me see here.
I mean, the ground here doesn't freeze unless we get an event like 2021. It's only going to go 2-3 inches.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten anything frozen down here more than a couple of inches myself. Yeah. But again, I also live in Zone 7. I live in the desert.
We're at 4'2", 50 inches here in Iowa.
Yeah, so you would probably have to go down a good 8 feet.
Yeah. That's why we have to watch out when we dig or put in our pipes. We got to put them down way deep.
Yeah, I think my connection from sewer, I think that's only like 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet down, if that.
Yeah, put it this way.
2 well pumps. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because when we had
you're not using such a big motor, you can use 2 smaller motors to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, anyways, for us, my water pipe is like 4 to 6 inches underground here, and during 2021, that did not freeze.
Well, you didn't really get a real frost zero like we do up here, though.
No, we don't get the
and I don't get it as bad
freezing
as CLO gets it up there. He's a lot further north than I am. I'm not sure what his frost level is up there. I can check real quick, though.
Yeah, mine's no. We don't get the snowstorms and winters like we used to back when I was a kid, back in the 80s.
Yeah, but it's not going to be cold.
Actually, his is actually shorter than mine. We're at 50 inches. His is only 42. Wow, ours is harder here.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the things I was thinking about. When I get my piece of property. But
So
like I said,
he got his idea from Iowa.
yeah. So no, I'm going to probably go down like 4 feet here, and I don't have to worry about it. Maybe 5.
I'd probably have to go the full 8 feet.
Yeah.
To be on the safe side if we did it.
And that would just be
Ames is not that far from here, CLO. About 50 miles.
Yeah, so I'll probably do mine as a big loop. Just trench a big loop.
Big concentric circles.
No, just one big loop. Put a fence line right over it, so I know where it's at.
There you go.
And just have it all pasture.
Are you gonna have cattle or anything like that on top of it? Or no.
Barbed wire?
You got to put something in the field, don't you?
Yeah, it's called grass.
Just you're going to do something with the grass besides just let it grow.
Yeah, let the cows and sheep eat it.
Yeah.
Go goats. There you go.
No, I'll probably have a shooting range about 30 feet wide and a couple of 100 feet long, and just go back and forth on that a couple of times and just drop it in there.
Are you going to do bows or just rifles and kind of thing?
It's a range.
Well, not everybody's into bows like I am, so that's why I always ask.
Yes, because on one side I'll probably have a tree house with the windows that open up, and
you mean a deer stand?
No, it's a greenhouse, or not greenhouse, but it's a tree house.
It's a deer stand.
No, it's a tree house, because then I don't have to take it down every year. And then just put a feeder way 200 yards away.
It's a man cave.
Oop, my bad.
A man tree house. That way you can put your beer fridge up there and all that stuff.
Hey, as long as it's got a bunk in it, it's a tree house.
Well, you probably put more than a bunk in there.
Yeah, those
satellite TV and all that other stuff.
stackable camping bunk beds from like the sports stores. Little gray and green cots that you can stack on each other. Just get a couple of those in there, and just consider
military cots. You can get them from Army Navy surplus. They sell those.
Later, CR. Have a good one. Take care.
Later, CR.
Yeah, those stacking cots
earlier.
are not cheap.
Yeah.
I'm out of here in about a minute myself.
Alrighty.
Just letting you guys know. Thank you for having me up, though. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm sorry I haven't been on much lately, but there's really not much for me I don't have much to talk about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Till I get more information, I'm kind of stuck in limbo.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for that bit of information before I can take it to the next level. Kill the fish? What?
Ooh, Celtics at 120.
Oh, really?
Ooh, that's not good.
Well, who knows? Like I said, that's my thought there. I'll just put it out there, and then I can, do cover crops and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you got to do corn at the very least. But then again, you might start pulling in some pigs or something. You don't want that.
Just the little ones.
Yeah, but the thing is, the little ones, the ones you miss, turn up into big ones, and they come back and they tear up everything. You know that.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me, guys. Thank you for talking with me and everything. Let me put my 2 cents worth in. I will catch you guys later. Hopefully, if I can be on Thursday, I will. I can't guarantee.
Alrighty.
Be well, be safe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Gotta find my freaking tape measure, which is normally. Oh, there it is. So that thing is. I gotta check something here. God damn. How long is that thing? Is 84 inches long?
For what?
This camping cot that I'm looking at. 84 inches. That is. Jesus, 7 foot. That would actually be perfect for me.
That's like king size bed.
Yeah, but that's 84 inches. And it's 39 inches wide, which that's pretty damn wide, actually.
Oh, by the way, CLO, thanks for that information. I was kind of wondering about that. It's nice having somebody that actually put one in a long time ago and can actually learn from it.
I could have, for $100, I could have a decent camping cot for once.
How much
Oh,
is
there
it?
you go. This one that I'm looking at, it's like $100.
Yeah, ours were about $80 for ours for what we got.
But then there's the disco beds. Those are the ones I'm talking about. The stackable ones. Them damn things
Yeah.
are freaking mad expensive, almost $400 a piece.
Yes.
I mean, good if you have the space for them, and decide feel like chucking all that money onto getting one of them.
Yeah. By the way, Drops, that's for pest control for hogs. Yeah, like I said, I'm just looking for that's going to be like 3 or 4 years in the future before I can even do that. But the more information I get now, the better. But I still need to have propane and propane accessories. At least so I can cook with.
Right.
I'm sorry, I still like propane barbecues because you can turn it off and walk away. And they're also ready to go in 5 minutes.
Yes.
But like I said, still charcoal and wood, that's still the best, though, for the flavoring.
Flavor-wise, yes. Ease of convenience, propane.
Yeah.
100% propane.
Yeah, so that's a lot of good information there, CLO, for the for that geothermal. That would have been nice if you got pictures and stuff like that of it being done.
Ooh. Wooden ones.
Oh, what you looking at now?
Oh, I'm still camping cots. Home Depot sells camping cots? What the heck? Since when did Home Depot sell this? It's not exactly a home item.
You'd be surprised of what those the big block stores will actually sell now.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it's Home Depot. That does not feel like a Home Depot thing.
Yeah, I mean they sell like the barbecues and
Yeah, that's like standard.
Yeah,
but selling camping cots, inflatable mattresses. I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, why would Home Depot need to sell that?
Oh, they're trying to keep up with Amazon and Walmart.
They don't need to because you can't get freaking 15-foot galvanized pipe off of Amazon.
What?
The spider. Ooh.
You sure it was a spider?
Nasty stuff.
Where did he go?
Oh man. Oh, breathing sucks.
I'm looking for the spider right now. Came over by me.
Oh no! Well, when it climbs on you, then squish it. That's a terrible LLC there, Drops.
I don't know where it went.
Into the corner. The cat will get it.
It's a wolf spider.
Yeah, they don't really do anything unless you aggravate them.
Especially when they start howling in the middle of the night.
I've never heard wolf spiders make noise, but then again. I've also been bitten by one of those things through a pair of leather gloves. That was not fun. Was not expecting that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The slipper works pretty good on them too.
Yeah, like I said, the cat will get it.
Yeah. I have no idea where it went. All it did is look away and it's gone.
Well, yeah, it's a spider. It's not like it's just going to sit there and take a smacking.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know whether or not I should get a freaking camping cot.
Ginny cooks with his forge here and there.
I mean, it is hot enough. Get a marshmallow or two near it, and yeah, you can cook with it.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, when I was working with the city and we had to go over to the cemetery to do the pre-emergent, we'd be there all day. So we just pull out a barbecue and start cooking our food. Little propane barbecue. A lot of people thought it was weird for us, cooking food there at the or having a barbecue there at the cemetery. They actually had a table and benches right there next to the building where they kept all the tools and everything else for the cemetery. And we just sat down, open up the box, cook up the cylinder, start it up, and start cooking. We'd have steaks, we would have brats and all kinds of stuff.
Yep, I can see how you can cook on that one.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an open forge, because normally you have those like square tube like gas chamber ones that you got to light on one end. You basically have the propane torch blowing in there to heat them up, or
No,
probably using a coal furnace or open like disc style forge.
It's right there. Oops. Back under the chair.
Oh, apparently it's a full moon, ladies and gentlemen.
Really? You're not even loaded?
No. CO2 looks like this one. Yeah, I don't know what the other one is. Right there.
It's only 80 pounds, though. Drops 2 bags of 40-pound sand. I think you missed. Jason almost fell over.
No, I got it.
Would have been easier just to step on it.
Yeah, I just stepped on it. There was
You
enough
want-
to stun it.
Don't want the babies?
No babies.
Oh, shit.
No, I had to flip over the rotary magazine so it wouldn't shoot a pellet. I don't need pellets bouncing everywhere.
Nah, it'll probably just stick to the floor.
A little bit of CO2 stunned it, and I got to step on it.
Next time you do that, cut a cotton like the Q-tips. Just put the end of the Q-tip in there and shoot that sucker with that.
Little darts.
Pow!
No, I just didn't need them bouncing all over the place where I didn't know where they were going. If I was outside, yeah, I would have used the pellet. Especially when I'm going straight to the floor and I'm not that far away.
Yeah, but you got what? Hardwood floor or concrete floor?
Concrete.
Yeah, that wouldn't have bounced. That would have flattened out on the concrete and just slid under the table.
They bounce. Especially when I don't know where it's going. So.
Yeah, I've shot straight at rocks and it's just splatters on the rock and just drops.
No, everything it's powerful enough that they bounce.
Still got 10 days and they've been launching off fireworks for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah, our fireworks stands haven't opened up yet.
I just saw our fireworks stand starting to pop up and I'm just like, great.
Yeah, they're starting to pop up, but they're not open yet.
Yeah, ours will open ours will open probably in another few days or next weekend. Actually,
Yeah.
they'll probably open this weekend. So a couple more days and then I just have no need to celebrate I have no patriotism this year, or next year, or the year after that.
No, we just like scaring the wildlife.
No, golf balls, yeah, that stuff bounces. Well, don't shoot it with a BB first off, man. That stuff bounces off like crazy.
Oh no, I used to shoot them when I was a kid all the time from 100 yards out. When I was able to see them at 14, 15, 16 years old. My brother and I used to shoot them off of soda bottles, those old 16-ounce soda bottles
Yeah.
with the foam label and without breaking the glass. Like I said, I could not do that now without a scope. I would have to use a scope to do that now so I can at least see it.
Man, somebody's hauling ass down the road.
That was the truck using its Jake brakes.
Nah, that sounded like a kid in a Mustang doing like mock Jesus down the street.
No,
I'm like, crop duster.
the crop duster, yeah.
Pocket rockets.
I'll say he's got a two-burner forge. Yeah, so yeah.
No, I think his is no. I think I don't. So his is you got a canister style that has both ends open, right, Daniel? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, we'll wait for him to answer there. Yeah, like I said, there's several things I want to do, here in the future. We just saving up. As long as I don't have to have any more teeth pulled for $1,000 out of pocket.
Right.
Jeez.
Insurance didn't cover that one?
That was with the insurance.
Ouch.
Would probably cost me $600 if I told him I had no insurance. Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah, that's why I don't have insurance. I don't see the point in having it because you pay into it constantly and you never get anything back from it.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm getting it all now. I didn't when I was younger.
I'd rather just suffer with the aches and pains.
Well, I remember when health insurance used to cost, $172 for all of us? It all changed in when a certain president took office. They still can't find his birth certificate.
Oh, the German president or whatever brought that to his attention in a meeting online.
Yeah, no. I went from $172 a month straight up to almost $600 a paycheck.
Yeah, I don't see the point of going to the doctors because they're just going to tell me the same crap I already know.
Yeah, take 2 of these and don't contact me again.
Yeah, take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Yeah, I'll take 2 of these and just continue on my day. No, Daniel, I live in the South Valley in a fairly high gun rate area. I deal with that shit all the time.
Yeah, like I said, we'll be hitting our 4th of July celebration. They're holding it on the 5th this year because that's going to be on a Saturday. That's so all the families have a chance to go to it.
Yeah, I hear you on that one, CLO. I used to pay $40 for a year for fishing, and now it's like $70.
Our combo here is for our fishing and hunting license combo. I believe it's $65.
Yeah, they're expensive. They used to be like 20. When I was a kid, I could get my fishing license. It was $20, like dead even. It was like $19.99.
Yeah, I remember getting it for $24 before I met Molly.
Yeah.
And that was in California.
Yeah, when you're old as dirt, those fishing licenses get mad cheap because you get every freaking discount known to man on them. Once you hit 55, yeah, they get butt cheap. Not before then. They're still mad expensive, and that's. But with ours down here, it gives us access to a lot of things. So I can get the second rod on there, which is usually like an extra $5, which I do anyway. But it gives us access to like some of the state-owned private lands. So as long as you have a fishing license on there, you can go to like state lands, not
Yeah.
privatized parks and whatnot, or like not private ponds owned by individuals, but anything owned by state. You can go to certain areas and gives you access to certain wildlife areas that you can go and fish over there.
Yeah. Like I said, then I moved to Arizona. You got that license was what? When I first got there, it was like what? $20, but you had to pay for a trout stamp. Then you had to pay this for that stamp, and then you also had to have
with
a
what we get
license.
now, that comes with it.
Yeah, because it was in Arizona. It's a you have the statewide, then you have urban. I would just get the combo. Yeah, I could just walk 120 feet that way, and I can go fishing. The problem is I get no signal. Or else I'd be doing live streams from there a lot.
That's about how far the river is from my house, about 2 miles. Although if I were to walk in a straight line, it wouldn't take me that long. But the problem is I'd be walking through people's houses. Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, since the meetup that we went to a couple years ago, I just have not had a chance to go fishing or had like the inclination.
I've been going here and there, maybe once or twice a year, but still, it's just. Let's see, I haven't had any fish in my little area. I haven't checked in a year, so I do need to check there. The only reason why I got a combo this year is because when we went camping, I needed a fishing license for there.
Yep. Well, you don't need one, but it's nice to have one just in case you feel like you want to go fishing.
Yeah. All right, that tea is done.
I'm just glad when you get a fishing license here in this state, it's 1 year from the date
Yeah,
you
I
get
got
it.
all that tea. Yeah, because I know we got a spot in town that we can go fishing, a little pond there at the park. Then we got the Angelina River about 8 miles down the road, or I can go 11 miles down the road, hit the state park. I can catch Stonhagen Lake, or I can go 20 minutes and fish off the dam on Sam Rayburn.
Well, all right, CLO, be well, be safe, take care. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, I'm about ready to start calling it. Hold on.
It's only 11 p.m. Well, getting to 11 p.m. So you got 3 hours up on me? Jesus. 9, 10, 11, 3 hours up. Jason and Molly, you're dying. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm freaking tired. Sorry. I slept up most of the day and I'm freaking still tired.
Yeah. I didn't sleep.
Your work is 6.
Yeah, I know. I get work at 8. I hate going to work at 8 because that means I have to wait till 5 to get off. Well, tomorrow's my short day, so 4. Yeah. Yeah. But I still like to have the wind down time. Right, Cliff?
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll talk for about 45 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, we'll try not to do it too long tonight because I got things I would. I kind of got bored doing work outside because there really wasn't much to do, but it also was kind of depressing out there because I lost one of my plants that was already starting to produce, and the wind kind of knocked it over.
Ouch.
Snapped it clean. Took the whole thing and
Teach me how to stick it. Yes.
Oh, stick his plants. Yeah. I can barely hear Molly when she's talking right now.
they're sitting
I had to
right
turn-
next to her.
Well, no, I had to turn this on. No, she's still a good, 10, 50 feet away. I'm also hard of hearing, and that thing's going too as well.
No, you have to
Believe
turn
me.
it back on.
Yeah. It's starting to get a little bit warm in here.
Yeah, I was getting close to 80 degrees, so I think I just kicked mine back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's never anything out in the country.
Oh, yeah, like I said, that's the nice thing about living where I live. I'm close enough to town, but yet I'm far enough away from town, if that makes any sense. I am in the rural area, so
Oh, man.
yeah, we don't need a lot of permits here when we're doing stuff, which is a real sweet thing. I mean, we're only about a mile from the city limits. Oh, hello, Daniel.
Evening,
How's
Daniel.
it going, everybody?
Pretty good. What's all going on?
No, like we were talking about, you guys touched on fishing, and uh, they haven't added any fish to this state in 2 years now.
Really?
Yeah,
They haven't been doing the trout?
no, like if you Google Tempe Town Lake right now, it's the most polluted part of. I don't. They're trying to call it a lake, but it's still a part of the river to me, in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But like, yeah, they haven't here. They haven't, like brought in different fish to do this and that, and like regrowth, deer fishing.
Yeah.
Like
Listen,
it,
I've had to deal with that lake for many years.
yeah. Like let's like go north of there. Um, Everybody used to below the dam. Everybody used to fish. Um, for smallmouth bass and all that stuff. Yep, there's nothing there. Like
Yeah, it used to be good fishery.
and like
when I was
it's just times have taken over, and like right now, all the lakes, well, the man lakes now are 48% less. Like like they're 48% down on what they used to be 5 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
and it's not uh it's not the heat index, it's not this, it's not that, it's
Too many people in the valley.
no, I don't think it's that. I think it's Arizona doesn't play well with Colorado.
Howie. We got Howie and Dan just came in.
You know what I mean?
Howie, how's it going, Dan? Good evening, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Like Arizona doesn't play well with Colorado, and that's the problem.
Yeah, because I remember when that dam burst and got the phone call and everything else. And
Yeah, no, it's just our state suffers because it's more of a snowbird state.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they just want to go fish, and if they catch something, they're getting something. Yeah, but the people that live here, we went to Lake Pleasant last year, and there was a fifth wheel camper that was the facade or whatever, like the best fishing spot to be at. And the only reason why it was there is because of monsoon hit. You know what I mean? Like, the lakes get so low here, like fishing and all, like the water table goes away, the hunting goes away, this goes away. Arizona is a state that doesn't appreciate or embrace the fact that there's people out of state that will come and hunt here and do all that stuff. And it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, our little thing is we have, like, our backyard, we have a small garden. I'm still in the middle of the city.
Give me a moment.
I can't you.
Yeah, I saw Dan fishing this morning.
Oh,
There's one of the local ponds.
yeah, Herbert, I tried to click on that when I was in the work truck.
Actually, I think I still have it queued up over here on my thing.
Yeah, so yeah, and looks at how he was planting more stuff in his food forest.
What is texting?
Yeah, because I remember Arizona was really good at managing their stuff. I just don't know what it's like now after 8 years, or no, what, coming up on 7 years next April. Yeah, I used to fish Kiwanis all the time, and some of the other stuff, the canals.
Yeah, like you fish the canals here now. Yeah, you're catching something, you can't leave it. And that's what, it's just the side is paying so bad.
Oh, we got skunked. Ouch. That's why you always fish for the bluegill first. Then you're not skunked. All right, guys, it is now climbing up on to 10 o'clock now. So it's time to go ahead and shut her down for the night. You know, we can always catch everybody next week, or actually next Saturday on Cliff's channel. Because I do need to, wind down for a bit. What?
Colin's not reliable.
Yeah, I know. Who knows? I might show up tomorrow night if Colin doesn't go. So I might go. What about you, Cliff? You game?
Might be getting stuff done. I've got the parts that I need to finish my garden bed planter thing, so I'm gonna probably try to finish that up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could have done it today, but I just didn't want to.
Yeah, I'll probably do some stuff tomorrow when I get home, because tomorrow's my short day, depending on how I feel. Yeah, being on the concrete floor is just beating the heck out of me. Oh, we lost him. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead. It's now 10 o'clock now, so we're going to say have a good night, everybody. Please be safe out there, and get out there and slap a rat.
Let him answer about the lemon trees.
Oh, wait, what about the lemon tree there?
Dan
wants to know about your lemon trees.
What? Where? What? Oh, lemon tree is doing fantastic. I have a video for that one. I'll pop it out.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't want to do that. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I actually have the video. I just have to post it. I took video. I took did a video this morning for stuff, so I'll post that out there. But yeah, lemon trees are doing fantastic. All my citrus is doing right now is just like going.
Yeah. Well, like I said, citrus loves the heat. All right. And with that, like I said, we need to get going because I do have to get up in the morning and get ready for work. So I also need time to wind down a little bit. And we will catch everybody on Cliff's channel on Saturday. Right? Saturday, yeah. Sorry, yes. Saturday. Roughly around about 7:30. No, Mountain. Yeah, our time. Central time, yes. All right. With that, everybody, have a wonderful time and get out there and summon up a rat.
Take care, folks. No.
Woo! I think 2.5 hours might be a little bit too long. I think I might have to just go to 2 hours.
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, like I said, it's your channel.
Oh, yeah.
Me, I usually just don't care because